Hey guys, I'm back with the third episode of the Football Basketball Show. Let's roll that intro. Yeah, we're back, guys. Today's episode is going to be a 2019 NBA draft mock draft. I'm only going to be doing the first 14 picks. I'm going to be doing the lottery, but I hope you enjoy. The New Orleans Pelicans have the first pick in the NBA draft, and we all know who they're going to take. They're going to take Zion Williamson. Zion just came off of a season at Duke where he came second in the ACC with 22.6 points per game and added on 8.9 rebounds per game. Zion was outstanding in the paint and nobody could stop him. He is 285 pounds and he also has a 45-inch vertical. This man is insane, and we've never seen anything like him. I think he's the best prospect we've seen since LeBron James, and I think he'll be amazing in the NBA. The number 2 pick is held by the Memphis Grizzlies, and I think it's another pretty obvious one. I think the Grizzlies are going to go with Ja Morant from Murray State University. Ja is an extremely athletic point guard that just came off of a season at Murray State where he averaged 24.5 points and led the nation with 10 assists. He did this and also led Murray State to its second consecutive NCAA tournament appearance and led them to a win against Marquette in the first round. I would compare Ja Morant to Russell Westbrook. He's not a great shooter and he really needs to develop that aspect of his game, but he is just amazing when it comes to athleticism and passing. The third pick is held by the New York Knicks, and I think it's the last rather obvious one. I think this draft class is really top heavy with the top 3 prospects, and the third best prospect in this draft is RJ Barrett. I'm not going to go into a lot for why I think RJ Barrett should be up here because I talked about him in one of my last videos. But I am going to say that he is just an amazing scorer and led the ACC in points this last season.
He had a wide open 3. Talk about creating space without using your grip.
With the number 4 pick, I have the Los Angeles Lakers selecting Deandre Hunter from the University of Virginia. Last year, Deandre Hunter played at the University of Virginia as the third option after Kyle Guy and Ty Jerome. He averaged 15 points and 5 rebounds while shooting 52% from the field and 44% from 3. He really showed his efficiency as a shooter and his superb athleticism during last year's season. I think that he is a great fit for the Lakers and he can really develop under LeBron's wing. Underneath. The Cavaliers own the 5th overall pick, and I have them selecting Rui Hachimura, a forward from Gonzaga. This season, Hachimura averaged 20 points and 6.5 rebounds while being one of the top players on an amazing Gonzaga team. He really showed his strength down low, and he showed a little bit of his shooting ability too. He shot 40% from 3-point range, but only shot 1 per game. Hachimura is definitely more of a raw prospect because he cannot shoot that well, but he has a very big upside. With the 6th pick, I have the Phoenix Suns selecting Darius Garland, a point guard from Vanderbilt University. Although Garland only played 5 games this year for Vanderbilt before sustaining a meniscus injury, he played very well. He averaged 16 points and 3 assists while shooting 48% from 3 and 54% from the field. Garland showed his incredible shooting ability and why he is a top point guard prospect. I really do think that Garland is the second best point guard in this draft, and the Suns really need a point guard. Overall, I think Garland is a perfect fit for the Suns at number 6. At number 7, I have the Chicago Bulls selecting Cam Reddish, a shooting guard from Duke University. You might be thinking that Cam Reddish is not a logical fit on the Bulls because they could really use a point guard and they already have a great shooting guard in Zach LaVine. Well, as I explained in my last video, I think Cam Reddish or Zach LaVine could play the point guard spot and they could start together and gel really nicely. Last year, when Trey Jones was out for a couple of games on Duke with an injury, Cam Reddish stepped in and played the point guard quite nicely for the Blue Devils. Reddish is also a great scorer, and he came off a season with the Devils averaging 13.5 points while being the third option after Zion and RJ Barrett this year. While Cam Reddish does have some weaknesses such as his defense and his consistency, I do think that this is pretty much a big steal at number 7 for the Bulls.
Reddish, the scoop and the score. Beautiful take by Cam Reddish.
At number 8, I have the Atlanta Hawks selecting Jarrett Culver, a shooting guard from Texas Tech University. Many people think Culver is worthy of being a top 5 pick, but I would have to disagree. While Culver is a pretty good scorer, and he scored 18.5 points per game this year, he showed that he isn't a great shooter. He only shot 30% from three-point land, 70% from the free throw line, and 46% from the field. While you might think that these numbers are similar to RJ Barrett's, and they are, Culver does not show the mentality that Barrett has, and he is nowhere close to being what Barrett is. Culver also showed me concerns when he did not show up in the national championship game when his team needed him most. He scored 15 points, but he shot awfully. He shot 5 for 22 from field goal and only 0 for 6 from three-point range. This game really gave me concerns about how good Culver actually was, and it made me think that he doesn't deserve to go that high in this year's draft. With the 9th pick, I have the Washington Wizards selecting Bruno Fernando, a power forward from Maryland. The Wizards could really use a great big man this year while they do not have John Wall. Last year, Fernando put up 13.6 points and 10.6 rebounds while shooting 61% from the field and 30% from 3. He really showed that he was an efficient stretch 4 and that he could be somewhat of a Kevin Love at the next level. I think that Fernando is a great fit on the Wizards and he could have a great pick and roll with Bradley Beal if they do not trade him. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, I have the Atlanta Hawks selecting Nasir Little, a small forward from the University of North Carolina. Little did not have a great freshman season at North Carolina. He only averaged 10 points and 5 rebounds. And he did not have great shooting percentages. He shot 27% from 3 and 48% from the field. These numbers just aren't going to cut it in the NBA. Well, it may be a stretch at number 10. I do think he has great potential because of his amazing athleticism and defense that he showed in his lone season at North Carolina.
And on the finish, made a little.
With the 11th pick in the draft, I have Kobe White, a point guard from UNC, being selected by the Timberwolves. I think Kobe White would be a perfect fit for the Timberwolves at number 11. Kobe White is a crafty point guard that can get to the hoop with a number of finishing moves. He is also a great shooter. This year, he shot 35% from three-point range, and he shot decently from the field. He shot 42%. I think that Kobe White is a great fit for the point guard needy Timberwolves. With the 12th pick, I have the Charlotte Hornets selecting Jackson Hayes, a center from Texas. Hayes is a really efficient scorer inside the paint. Last year at Texas, he shot 73% from the field. He is also a great rim protector with 2.2 blocks per game. I could see Jackson Hayes being a low-risk, low-reward type pick for the Charlotte Hornets who are in desperate need of a big man. With the second to last pick in the lottery, I have the Miami Heat selecting Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a shooting guard from Virginia Tech. I definitely think that Alexander Walker is one of the sleepers in this year's draft. This year, he averaged 16.2 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists while shooting 47% from the field and 37% from 3. Those are pretty good percentages. He also had 2 steals per game and showed why he is also an elite defender. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is an all-around player, and I definitely think he could do amazingly in the NBA.
Alexander Walker over the great shot blocker.
With the last pick of my mock draft, I have the Boston Celtics selecting Sekou Doumbia, a forward from Limoges CSP of the French Jeep Elite League. I don't know a lot about Sekou Doumbia, but I do know that he's very strong and athletic, and he could take it to the basket like some of the great players in the NBA. I feel like if he falls into a great system, like in Boston with Brad Stevens, he could develop into a great role player and be a great pickup at number 14. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed my mock draft. So now I'm going to answer a question from the comment section of last video. This question is from Ben Klein, and he says, what do you think Daniel Jones's pro comparison is? I would have to say that I think that Daniel Jones's pro comparison is Mitchell Trubisky. They are both kind of athletic and can run for a lot of yards on a good day. And they both have a little bit of trouble being accurate downfield. I believe that they can both develop into pretty good players and work on their accuracy and arm strength throughout the next couple years while they're in the NFL with the Bears and the Giants. Guys, I'm sorry this video ran a little long. I just had to get all those picks to you guys. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my mock draft picks, as well if you agree with my Daniel Jones pro comparison. Leave a NBA or an NFL related question in the comment section below, and I might answer it in my next video. Peace.